All right, we're here with Maxwell Hairston. So Mad Max.
Okay, let's be
Kentucky cornerback, soon to be somebody else's cornerback. Ari asked this question of one of the guys at the Senior Bowl. I don't know, who was it? Mason Taylor.
It was everybody because it was unoriginal.
I had never thought of it this way before, though. So I have to ask you this: like in a couple hours, somebody's going to tell you where you're going to live. How weird is that?
And honestly, that's why I'm so anxious because it's like, where am I going? Like it's like where the family gonna fly out to every week? Like where I'm gonna live? Where I'm gonna bring my dog? So it's like, man, I'm excited, but I'm so anxious.
What kind of dog you got?
I got a Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
What's his name?
His name Blue.
Name?
Blue. His name Blue.
Okay.
He has the most so much personality. That's why I love the Frenchies. Like he's literally like a bad child.
I mean, I just like the thing about that though that's so interesting is like you could be here, which is like kind of in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, but also the most charming city I've ever been in my entire life. Or you could be like in LA, or a beach.
Nice.
Is it going to be cold? Is it going to be warm? Is it going to be near the water? Is real estate going to be expensive? Is it going to be cheap? Like, I don't know. Like, these are all things that I'd be concerned with.
Yeah, it is. That all comes into play for sure.
And I don't know if you have a girlfriend, but she's got to like where you're going to. I don't know if that maybe not. Maybe you're lucky and you don't.
Happy, man. So, it's a lot goes into it, but I'm just so excited to figure out I want to get to planning all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
So and here you've got I know people around here think the Packers may be going corner. So is it a little weird thinking maybe?
Hey, I've never seen this in person, but man, this is a humongous field. So I would not be mad at that.
Well, and you've played in the SEC, so you've been to Neyland Stadium, you've been to the Swamp, you've been all these places
this year.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have to say, Neyland on Halloween, we played at Tennessee. I think 3 years ago now.
They wore all black.
Insane. I mean, they had the flashlight right on the middle when doing the coin toss. Then they turn the lights on. You got straight orange, black, little bit of blue. If it's the families, orange, black. I'm just like, bro, it was overwhelming.
I was at that game. The
game was crazy.
Unfortunately, y'all were a little overwhelmed at first, but that's okay. That's all right. It wasn't on you. So I got to ask. We were talking about this before we started recording. You didn't get into the portal.
Yeah.
But you weren't a star right away at Kentucky.
Yeah.
But you said you made it a point that you weren't going to be the guy who gets into the portal. You were going to try to figure out how to develop where you were. When did you come up with that philosophy?
So honestly, that started in high school. Even before I committed to Kentucky, just thoroughly going through every scholarship opportunity that I had and making sure that I committed one time because I wanted that to be the for sure school for me. And when I had decided on Kentucky, you committed to Kentucky. I signed the national letter of intent to Kentucky. So I went there to graduate as well as enter the draft from Kentucky. And I told myself coming in, okay, hey, you $150. You're not playing your freshman year. So let's just go down here, get adjusted, get used to being away from the fam, get used to being in the SEC. And when it's your time, it's your time. So for then, the first 2 years, I'm just learning. I'm being a sponge. I'm taking things that the guys who were before me, what they did. Because, Carrington played, he's on the Packers, and I was behind him my sophomore year. So it's just learning from those guys instead of looking at it as, I'm not playing, I'm never going to play here, woo-woo. It kind of feels like, giving up to me, and I didn't want to do that at all. I wanted to stay loyal to one program, build a legacy at one program.
Well, thousands of people who watch this, are going to love you because I think that there's this such general thought that college football is just not the same anymore, or that people bail too easily, or they're not into it.
But you were there it was the NIL era the whole time you were there, and you didn't.
Yeah, because people look at it differently, and NIL has drastically changed college football, but I'm all about just I wanted to build a legacy, man. That was my big thing, and I feel like you can't really build a legacy if you're going from place to place. And I just Kentucky's big on recruiting and develop, and I just really bought into that. I trusted what they had for me. I trusted the plan, and it got me here.
That's a pretty good sales pitch there from Mark Stoops, right? Especially because Kentucky has been a built program from where it was maybe 15 years ago because he relied on Michigan kids, Ohio kids, a lot of Ohio kids. Do you think you're the poster boy of Kentucky's just general plan as a program? I
do. I think I represented everything that Kentucky wanted to do, and that's literally recruit and develop. And the coaches, they really do buy into you there, like Coach Stoops, from Coach Mero, and even coaches that aren't on staff. I got Rock Oliver that just helps along with football, just people I can talk to and resources that kind of keep me going. And even when times was frustrating, when I thought I should be playing a little more, or sophomore year when I thought I could get out there, and they just let me know, hey, they have a plan for you. And at the end of the day, it's already written. So I just trusted the process and committed to it.
And Andy, real quick too, the UK facility.
Oh, it's nice.
Beautiful.
I don't think people realize.
Hey, beautiful.
Because I went out there for a story and I was with Vince Marrow and I was with Coach Stoops.
You know Vince.
Yeah, and I was like walking around. I was like, I've been in a lot of college football facilities. This is like one of the best ones. That must have been nice. What's the food like in there?
Oh, it was good. We had the chefs there every breakfast. I get an omelet or I get some over medium eggs. I switch it up every day. And then
It's always the
lunch,
food.
Lunch and dinner, they got it spread out in there. You can go pick what you want. So, hey, no complaints about that. I went from 150 to I'm 190 now. So that tells you how the food was.
I would have
there.
gone from 220 to 320 real quick.
So you're growing up in suburban Detroit.
Yes.
When Kentucky comes to you, what was the thought there? Because it's obviously it's far from home. I'm sure there were teams in the Midwest that were recruiting you. What was it that made you choose Kentucky?
Honestly, just something that stuck with me was, so in my high school, Ron Bellamy was our head coach, and he would have showcases every year.
Went on to coach at Michigan. Yeah.
And my freshman year, like he let everyone's included, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. And I was out there my freshman year, and it was a bunch of teams out there, a bunch of colleges out there. There was a lot of guys getting scholarships and stuff, and Kentucky didn't offer me that day, but they were the first school that I talked to, and like that just stuck with me. And once the Michigan teams didn't do their job, and Kentucky, they was consistent from the start to the end, and I just felt like family. And I was getting recruited during COVID, so I couldn't even visit.
Oh,
so
wow. So you're going sight unseen.
Yeah, so
wow.
I'm FaceTiming with Coach Stoops, Coach White, and we just built a strong connection. I'm like talking to my dad because, my dad was my agent before my agent. So he helped make that decision as well. And he just like, I feel like this is home for you. Like, I felt a genuine, relationship with them even before I arrived on campus.
How was your dad the agent? That's a hot topic this week.
We've been talking a lot about dads as agents the last couple weeks.
So before I had Ed Berry, which is that man.
Ed Berry is
that guy
works for CAA. Yeah. One of the best agents in the business. So,
definitely. So I'm blessed to have Ed now. But before I even got to college, it was my pops. I'm going to like, Dad, what you think about this? Dad, you think I fit their scheme? Dad, is there too many corners on the roster? Like, what you think? And man, he was just like, I go to my dad for everything. He's just been a help.
I'm guessing by the way your career worked out,
he went about it a different way.
But your dad didn't, because this is what I worry about with my own kids. Like, I think they're perfect. I think they're amazing. But it sounds like your dad could take a pretty realistic view of who you were and what you were as a player. How important was that?
It's so important, like, because my dad, he's gonna be honest with me, whether that's bad or whether it's stuff I want to hear or don't want to hear. He's gonna keep it real. And I, as I grow up, I just learn to appreciate that more and more. And because you can't sugarcoat certain stuff, because then you're setting me up to expect a handout or something from everybody else that I meet, and that's just not how the world works. So him keeping it real from the start, like that just really drove me to have this mindset that I have now to just put my head down and work.
We're not here doing this live, Andy, but can you just feel the hive of Ad Max fans that are building right now?
Well, and what's it been like the last few months? Because I'm sure wherever you go, people see you in the airport and they're like, Max, we need you on the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
We need you on the Falcons.
Yeah.
We need you on the Packers. Like, and you're like, I love Atlanta. I mean, Tampa. I mean, like, how do you handle that?
Honestly, I just hit them with, it's not my decision. Wherever I do go to, they're getting a hell of a ball player.
So what do you do between when you're done here in the draft? Like, how do you prepare for this?
Get swaggy. That's my big thing. I get to throw the suit on, put the jewelry on. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
We've seen these shoes. We've got footage of the shoes. So you signed your Adidas deal yesterday. What's that like, signing a shoe deal?
Man, that's another dream come true. Like, that was something I always wanted to do growing up, sign with a shoe deal, like be the face of a shoe company. Like, that's just crazy. And to be able to receive offers from all the like big three brands was just, man, it was a blessing.
So we're going to get some like Mad Max Ultra Boosts.
Hey,
coming?
That can be in the near future.
So we're wearing cow print Adidas, right? I don't know if we could see them on camera.
Oh, I got B-roll. I got B-roll. Don't you worry.
So did you throw the cap, like, when did you get those, and did you do it because we're in Wisconsin?
So I actually so I met up with like Adidas and like my guy Matthew. That's like my guy.
So wait, you have a guy at Adidas?
Yeah, I got my guy.
Okay.
And he showed me these, and I was like, yep, I'm a size 11. I need those ASAP. So I knew when I pulled up to the factory to kind of shoot some content and stuff, I was like, yep, Matthew, where my shoes at? So
But like they're also
man.
like culturally appropriate too. Right? Where we are, the spotted American yeah.
I didn't even think about it like that for real. For
Dude,
real.
like you
so.
can make cheese out of those bad boys.
Listen, we're at Culver's. I got to ask you because you are a Midwestern guy, but Michigan and Wisconsin not quite the same flavor of Midwest.
Yeah,
So.
Have you eaten a cheese curd before?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
so we're cheese curd. We're cheese curd fans.
But you know
right?
what I love from Culver's?
What's that?
The spicy chicken tenders.
Oh,
Hands down.
he's a fish sandwich guy.
Fish
he says
sandwich?
they got a great fish
Have
sandwich.
you a big fish guy or?
I am. Man.
Fried
I'm not gonna
fish?
lie, I love everything.
So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he interviewed Mac Brown, the North Carolina Texas coach,
yeah.
they bonded over fish sandwich.
Yeah, me and Mac
Built a
to this
friendship off
day.
fish sandwiches.
It's
Yeah.
like there's two types of people in here. In this world, I love fried fish sandwiches and ignorant people. Like there's no, you know what I mean?
difference
Like
right
yeah,
there,
yeah. And luckily, Mac Brown is an enlightened one.
He's not
And you are
ignorant.
too. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, this is. I'm glad because I was wondering about that because we're talking to Mikel Williams. He's from Georgia. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I don't know if he's eaten cheese curd before. So
He might not have
so
done that.
you've already experienced the beauty of the cheese
I'm already
curd.
on base one.
I grew up in the South and didn't
Yeah.
have until much later in life, and I was like, what have I been missing my whole life? So
Telling you, I love fish, seafood, chicken, burgers, everything. Like,
well, that's you've experienced it all in the SEC
yeah,
and growing up in the
definitely.
Midwest.
Definitely.
So, got a few hours. Teams making their final decisions. What is the team that picks you getting in Maxwell Hairston?
And they're getting just a positive and a very energetic player that's going to leave it all on the field. Like, I'm going to empty the tank even at practice and during games. And, man, I'm just a feisty corner that's going to get you the ball back.
Feisty, that's the word I would use because there's two types of corners.
Definitely.
There's corners who want to cover, and there's corners who understand that their job is to stop the person with the ball too.
For sure.
And you are the one who comes up and run support.
For sure.
Yeah.
Were you like that even as an 150-pound guy?
Listen, so it's actually a funny story with that. In high school, I just want to cover.
Yeah.
Linebackers, y'all handle the run. I just
Yeah.
want to cover. But when I got to the SEC, they let me know real quick, hey, if you don't want to tackle, you're not playing. So I was like, go ahead, get that just a cover corner thing out your head. I got to do everything.
Because that's the thing, watching you against Texas, like, you're hitting tight end coming over the middle. And, I mean, Gunnar Helm is a big dude. And,
Talk about big,
And,
yeah, that dude's
you are
huge.
just, shoulder pad right in his solar plexus and driving your feet. And, I mean, he has like 100 pounds on you.
I
So,
think that too, like, they talk about weight and all that stuff, but man, honestly, it's a mindset. I have the mindset to where I'm not gonna let you bully me. And you can think I'm small, I don't got strength, but hey, you're gonna find out real quick that you're gonna feel these shoulder pads with me.
Yeah.
So
You know that think that's so crazy to me is that like you're like the nicest, sweetest guy, and I mean that in the nicest way
Not on the
possible.
field.
And I feel like I don't know how people switch it from being like very pleasant, nice, and personal.
we got
to,
some
like, I wanna
Culver's
rip
footballs.
your-
I'll hand you one and he can tackle you.
I'm not doing this with him. I like our vibe. I'm not trying to mess it up.
so yeah, that's where Mad Max comes into play.
Yeah.
Like when I'm on the field, it's all business. Like of course I'm having fun with my brothers when we make a play and stuff, but
Do you talk trash too, though?
come on.
What's
don't-
the most? I
I don't
know.
trust a corner doesn't talk trash.
I don't.
my.
I don't know if you're going to be. If you're comfortable with this, I hope you are. What's the most foul thing you said to somebody? And this is. There's no. You can
Look,
say.
all I'm gonna say is 2023 against South Carolina when Spencer Rattler was there. When his face was completely red, just know I said something that was I wouldn't be happy if my grandmother heard me say that. I'll just leave it up to that. But yeah, as soon as I make a play, or even if I start off just feeling good,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the chirping.
Yeah. That's
So
amazing.
if the Saints pick you, you and Spencer might be reunited.
So look, no more bad blood. Because when I was training at Exos in Phoenix, he was down there getting some off-season
Okay.
work. So we was able to kind of
Was
dip
it
each
like,
other up.
did he
kinda
walk in there
squash
like,
it.
I remember you.
Yeah, it was kind of
Okay.
like he walked in. I seen him.
I mean, was it personally offensive? I have to
His
know.
face turned red, Ari. What do you think happened?
and I mean, you can see it through the helmet, so it's like it must have
Okay.
been something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're going to tell me when we turn this off, and I will relay it to the audience.
All right, for sure.
Maxwell, good luck.
Thank you.
Have fun
Super
tonight.
excited for you, man.
Thank
Really.
you.
Can't wait to see you in the suit.
Let's go. Hey,
And like the thing I
gonna
want to
be
say before he
swaggy.
goes, Andy, is I know we're here. This is a spectacle and all this stuff. But when you are a first round pick, like we're expecting you to be tonight, and you did this your whole life and you did it the right way and you took it slow and you were patient, the light, like regardless of what happens here, to get to this point is a accomplishment.
It's a dream come true.
And congratulations on
Thank
that,
you.
on reaching your
Oh,
dream.
I got to ask, since we've already talked about bringing your pads, how hard are you going to hug Roger Goodell?
Oh, yeah. I might hug that man like that was my mom or something. I was already asking him earlier. I'm like, are we going to dap each other up or we shaking hands? Because I got a hug for you regardless.
Give him a hug and hold that jersey up, but be proud of yourself, too, because it's not something a lot of people obviously can do, so that'd be great.
Roger's getting the wind knocked out of me. Yeah. I can tell you right now.
Just don't make his face red on national television.
I'll be like, we won't do it on the stage. I got it.
Thank you, Maxwell.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Matt.